Howdy, this is John with Gloryview Ranch and my buddy TJ. And I'm sitting here in a truck. This is a bigger truck, but I remember when I was a kid, I had a little tiny truck and it was called a Matchbox car. And man, did I love those Matchbox cars. I played with them constantly. And I had these cool little tracks that I could push the Matchbox cars around and stuff. But I tell you what, one of my friends, he had the coolest Matchbox car track ever. It had all of these different loops that went around and it had these spinning wheels. And then the car would like hit the spinning wheel and it would go boing out of those spinning wheels and go flying through the racetrack. And the whole idea was that it would hit the spinning wheels and then it would go around all these loops and come around and it would make it back to the spinning wheels. And then it would just kind of keep going and going and going. The problem was when that car came out of those spinning wheels, really only one of two options happened. Either A, it went flying out so fast that it just went ripping off of the track and went flying off across the room and maybe hit somebody, you know, like his sister in the head or something. Or it would go and it wouldn't quite make it around and it would stop and wouldn't get back to the spinning wheels and then we'd have to try to push it in and do it again. But it was either way too fast or not enough. Man, I tell you what, this was my experience as a follower of Christ for a long time. I tried to put spinning wheels on my track of faith. Like I'd go to camp and I'd go to mission trips and it would be awesome. And I'd go to these retreats and I would come out of these things and I'm all fired up and ready to go. And sometimes I'd come out so fired up and ready to go, I was kind of useless. I just go flying off the track. And sometimes I'd come out and be great, but I needed another spinning wheel. Like, it's like, when do I get to go to camp again? Or when do I get to go on another mission, trip or a retreat? And I wouldn't quite make it. And then I'm like petering out, So at first I'd be having a great time, praying all the time and reading my Bible and really engage in that. And then all of a sudden it just kind of slowly petered away because I needed another spinning wheel. But you know what? That's exhausting. Nobody wants to live that way. And the abundant living that Christ came for us to have, that doesn't include that. He wants something better for us. And it's not about trying to add more spinning wheels to our track of faith. It's about knowing the person of Jesus Christ. It's about having a relationship with him. It's about seeking first the kingdom and his righteousness. And when Matthew 6:33 tells us to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, we've got to recognize that the kingdom of God is first and foremost a who, not a what or a where. We have been called to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And it's not about adding a bunch of spinning wheels that launches us. It's about knowing how to have the discipline of just being able to sit quietly with God, to be able to seek the person of God rather than all the things of God and allow you to just soak in all of God's goodness. And man, when I began to really pursue God that way, every day was a spinning wheel because I was connected to the person of God rather than just pursuing some thing in the sky or some life that I thought I needed. I was after a relationship with my King of Kings and my Lord of Lords. And that's where abundant living is found.